Hello guys and welcome to our Peep Show. We are Thursday the 5th of March. Sylvain Loganadin with you for a new special live. The market is under pressure. The market is under pressure and the US market is opening in less than 10 little minutes. We discovered that the coronavirus is still in pace. We have new infection cases in Europe. Well, we have more and more companies that are being stressed out by the coronavirus. For example, some people in the city in London, an entire trading desk was sent home to work from home because one coronavirus case was discovered. On the other side, on the transportation side, a lot of airline companies are being hit by the coronavirus. People are restricting their travel. For example, we have different government that are issuing and also putting in different kind of measure to restrict travels, but also to control who is coming into the country and see if they are sick. This is the case, for example, for Iran, who has a lot of people infected by the coronavirus. Iran is the most the country that suffers the most, apart from China, of course, with coronavirus. They discovered a lot of cases. All the province and the states in Iran are now touched by the coronavirus. So this is a big deal. The market is not reacting pretty well to that news. We also have the OPEC meeting. So today Saudi Arabia will meet all the countries that are basically producing oil, but also Saudi Arabia is today meeting Russia, and they decided together that they will cut the production for the second quarter of 2020 by 1.5 millions of barrels. So that's a huge number, and the reason for that is that they forecast that the demand of crude oil will not rise again anytime soon because of the coronavirus, because of less transportation. You have Emirates, so basically a big airline company that basically advise their staff to take vacation and holidays because there will be less and less work. So that's kind of crazy, but if you are looking to travel, this could be the best time of the year because the prices of the tickets, if you are looking to travel, are being cheaper and cheaper. So that's an arbitrage maybe to do. If you want to go on vacation, it's now. And if you want to go on vacations in Asia, this is the best time of the year. The only question is, will you be able to return or not? Because if you are coming, for example, from Beijing and you are going to Europe or another country, you will have also a lot of restrictions. So this is what you can read on different medias. If you are coming from certain countries that have been severely hit by the coronavirus, you have restriction. Like, for example, they will test you and see if you are or not sick. So that's something that is definitely new. Some people say that the market is overreacting because the flu killed way more people than that every year. Some other people argue that the coronavirus is for now not there is nothing to do. If you have the coronavirus, we don't have any medication, so that could be a pretty big deal. Let's see what happens. But when I'm looking at the chart on a rational way, okay, if I look at the US oil, so basically the WTI chart, effectively we can see that the market is decreasing and that the market is basically a little bit tense right now. We still have one more day of meeting between the OPEC countries. So basically tomorrow is the last day they all meet and they all gather. I remain bullish on the US crude oil. And why? We lost 20-25% since the 1st of January. The demand is also decreasing because of the coronavirus, but I think that this situation could be handled before summer is coming. So basically we still have one quarter to suffer before the market definitely find its way out and figure out that we have a solution and we can move on. Okay, so that's a seasonal, I would say, and cyclical event. That's an unpredictable event. I agree, but I think that we can figure out something. So the best time to buy for me on the US oil is basically now. I bought US oil around those levels last week and the week before, and I'm kind of confident that we are going to hold that ground. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my stop loss will be hit. If we go below $40 per barrel, definitely I will not be in that trade anymore. But for now, it makes sense for me to consider this trade as a good opportunity. And if you look at the VIX, so basically the VIX is the volatility on the options on the S&P 500. We still are in the heat zone. So I find 4 type of zones, I would say. The red zone is the heat zone. So this is the zone where the market is stressed and where the market is basically under heavy pressure. As you can see here, we are in that zone since a week and a half. The medium zone is this one, so the orange zone. We are in a semi-stressed market, I would say. The zone here in white is the same as the blue one, so that's basically the same. I could make it wider. It's the normal zone, the normal level volatility. So between I'll say 11 and even 17 is a high level of volatility. In fact, it begins to be a high level of volatility, but whatever, the medium level of volatility on the VIX is basically 15 on the long term. And the green zone is the very low level of volatility. So when the market is is not very volatile at all. Okay, so basically that zone is it's not common. Okay, we are not going into that zone every day. But we are not going into the heat zone every day also. So that red zone is a special zone. If you look at an historical chart of the volatility, you will definitely see that we are not holding a high period of volatilities. Like I mean, it's not something that we can hold on to forever, because high volatility means high price for derivatives to cover your position and your portfolio using, for example, synthetic calls or synthetic puts. So you basically need a combination of options and futures to do those kind of hedging strategies or whatever. If you want to speculate, you can also do it. But with a high volatility, the price of your call and put options will basically be high. So when the volatility is high, the good thing to do is to sell the volatility and to use it. You can also sell volatility using options. There is many ways to do it. Don't go butt naked and sell a call right now, because when you sell an option, you can lose an unlimited amount of money, and also you have you gotta put a lot of margin aside. So that's also one parameter to consider before doing those kind of things. But you can figure out other ways of doing it. So basically, selling volatility here for me makes sense. Definitely, if we are going into a very high stressed situation like in 2008 during the financial crisis, we can go way higher. For now, I'm not considering this type of scenario. It could happen, but for now, I'm not pricing it. So let's see what will happen. The US market is opening in 3 minutes. So I would suggest you guys that we look at the US stock market, and more precisely not at the S&P 500. Let's have a quick look at the Dow Jones, and if you want, we can then later have a look at the US, the S&P 500 with which is a more diversified stock index. Basically, the Dow Jones is 30 stock composed index, and the S&P 500 has 500 values in it, so 500 stocks in it. So that's two different things. And also the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 are not calculated at the same way. Okay, so that's also one of other things to take into consideration. If you look at the Dow Jones, yes, we broke that level. We made a pullback. There is sellers that are here. This level, the 27,000 points level, is basically 50% of the latest and the last correction leg. Okay, so that correction leg, 50%. This is this level, 27,000. the market is now selling that level. We are down 2% during that trading session, that precise trading session. The market is opening in 1 minute. Let's see what will happen. We will zoom. For example, for now, the market has to hold its ground now or never. It's like now or never. If we are not breaking 27,000 points today and going bullish towards the 28,400 points, which is my last bullish targets on that scenario, it's done. It's done, and it's basically we are going to that level, so the lowest level, so 25,000. So we'll see. Nobody knows what will happen. We can only react to what happens. The market is opening in less than a few seconds now. We are almost there. So let's see if the market wants to buy, if the market doesn't want. So the market should open now. So let's see. This is the US opening bell, guys. Let's see. So let me zoom into the market. Not real volatile for now. It's not moving. Okay. So basically maybe there is a reason. Okay, so I'll take maybe this chart because I don't think that this one is working. We don't have any volatility right now. Look at the market. It's pretty calm. Okay, it's the US open. Nobody wants to take any risk. There is nothing. It's not really bullish, not really bearish for now. Okay, we don't have any gaps, so the market is not surprised by anything. So basically, I think that the market is basically neutral. It will maybe slowly, go down, but we don't have any brutal moves, and yeah, it will be a calm, a very special day. So we broke that level, so maybe the sellers will come. We don't know yet. So I will not act on an instant like this. We have to wait and to see. But yeah, seems like the market is very calm. If I'm not taking any big directional bets for now, they are selling definitely. They are not taking risks. Maybe the market participants don't want to be stuck over the weekend with positions, so they are trying to liquidate their position now before the weekend. We are Thursday. The market ends tomorrow. Closes tomorrow until the next Monday. So maybe they don't want to take any risk, and so maybe they are beginning to sell their positions slowly. But we don't see any bullish rally right here. We don't see any bearish rally either. We have a very neutral day. So, neutral day. We lost points from here. Yeah, definitely. But for now, that's not completely crazy. We've seen worse in the past. We've seen worse. Maybe we are entering into those kind of technical configuration. We have to see if that ground stands, if that 25,500 points support level is still supported by market participant. If it's the case, it's okay. If it's not, bye. Okay, it's not really moving, so we don't have any volatility. Let's wait for more action. Tomorrow will be the first Friday of the month, and as you know, every first Friday of the month we have a major economic event. We have the NFP, so basically the non-farm payrolls that will be published for the United States. So we'll see what happens. Also that, and you have to consider the fact that the US elections are being played right now. Okay, so it's not the US election now. It will be the case in November, but people are preparing the US election now. And on Super Tuesday, we've just seen something that nobody really expected. Joe Biden just won against Bernie Sanders. So that's kind of crazy for the Democratic Party, and we'll see. Mike Bloomberg also say that he will step back from his presidential ambitions after spending more done 500 millions of dollars, so that's quite huge. But at least he made good advertising for himself. He was the former mayor of New York, for those of you who want to know. And yeah, so it will be basically a fight between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. So that's kind of crazy, because Joe Biden is a candidate that can talks to the center, to the left people, and also to the people who are voting in the right side of the political quadrant. So that will be a very interesting, I would say, presidential election, because Joe Biden is basically someone who can definitely gather people from different political spectrum. Okay, Donald Trump is more like you like him or you hate him, you know. So that's kind of it will be a very decent fight, and we will see who will win in November. Alright guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask your question on the Facebook group or in the comment below on the YouTube channel. We see each other next Sunday, so this Sunday. Take care, have a nice trading day, and today the start of this US trading session is just boring. I don't find any other words. It's boring. We don't have any moves. I was expecting something more impulsive, but no, the market seems to be quiet. So let's let the market sleep if the market wants to sleep, guys. See you on Sunday, and take care.